You know, animals today like lions or crocodiles are pretty scary. However, have you ever stopped to think about what life would be like if chimeras or Bigfoot existed and roamed around? Well, you won't have to wonder too hard because today's video is the top 12 mythical creatures we're glad don't exist. There's plenty of ravenous mythical creatures to go over today, but before that, make sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of our content. So let's get into it. Dragons are pretty scary and strong. Fire breathers, flying lizards, they have it all. If dragons existed, we're sure it would cause panic and uncertainty in the world. Take a look at Skyrim. A whole continent was thrown into disarray and it took the armies of rival areas and one guy called the Dragonborn to stop them. Realistically though, dragons may not be some world-ending event, but more of a dangerous nuisance. The fabled creature that mankind has supposedly been hunting for thousands of years, the Loch Ness monster is believed to be some kind of plesiosaur that has managed to endure in the Scottish Loch Ness Lake. Many people say it could be some sort of surviving plesiosaur or marine reptile, but since there's never been any evidence, it can be chalked up to superstition. You might know the abominable snowman by another name, Yeti, or perhaps something else, but no matter what you call this creature, all the stories tend to be the same. Some bipedal animal in the snow causes scares and issues to whoever it sees them. No major proof has ever been seen, but there have been curious footprints that have been yet to be verified. We're sure the impact on the world would be minimal or absolutely gigantic. Vampires, the mythical blood-sucking, part-human, undead monsters from many stories. Vampires are people bitten by another vampire and can't go into the sun and feast primarily on blood. And while they can't enter houses without being invited, you can bet the nightlife would be much scarier with bloodsuckers around waiting to drink you like a Capri Sun in one slurp. We definitely don't want to look like a deflated blood bag, so we're glad they don't actually exist. The creature is grotesque in appearance, and as you can see in the depiction, having a horse-like head with some kind of horned protrusions, and walks on its two hind legs, which both end in hooves. The creature was born to one of Daniel Leeds' wives, who was a witch. Shortly after the beast was born, it sprouted wings and escaped, and a creature like this seems like a devilishly interesting one. Sirens are another mythological species that have been found a home in modern times. There are movies and TV shows about the seductresses with beautiful and enchanting singing voices who draw sailors to their deaths. Resembling mermaids, they would lead you in and then drown you and devour you. Sirens would certainly lead many in today to their death for certain, and we would probably need to put up signs somewhere or something like that. The mythological Chimera is a terrifying creature that features a fire-breathing lion's head attached to a goat's body and ending in a serpent tail. There are varying versions of what a Chimera actually looks like, with some iterations giving the creature 3 heads, a lion, a goat, and a dragon, and among other interesting interpretations across history and culture. This creature has been seen in many cultures, but mainly the Greeks and many powerful heroes did battle it. The mythical Kraken is one of the scariest monsters ever imagined. One of the earliest mentions of the gigantic cephalopod came from the Swedish king Sverre of Norway in 1180. It was said that the creature was so massive it could eat maritime crews whole and sink ships in an instant. Many tales from Vikings and pirates have been told of this monster destroying and devouring boats whole with their crew. For many, it was no laughing matter. This incredible beast also got its start in Greek mythology. A large and imposing beast, the Minotaur, had the head of a bull and the body of a man. It was the guardian of a labyrinthian maze built by Daedalus and his son Icarus. The only way this creature could survive was by thriving on a feast of human flesh, and this creature would certainly cause issues for modern-day people if it existed. Moth Man, a local legend and a myth to be sure. This creature standing tall at 9 feet, some say. Big red eyes and apparently radiation coming from them that causes burns on people's flesh. It's an omen, showing up right before disasters happen, a harbinger of sorts. No one really knows what it would be, but it's easy to say that people would go hunting for it if it existed. Werewolves are another type of human who have the ability to transform. It has been in many stories taking place everywhere, and it seems in most media this creature would transfer and have its teeth grow longer and hair grow and kill without any real stopping. The caveat is that it can only transform on full moons and not much past then. Some say it's a metaphor for the beast in all of us. You may think zombies are a recent monster and not of myth, but people coming back from the dead is a tale millennia old. Stories of humans, bad guys, gods, and demigods returning from the underworld are common, or so are the soulless, undead slaves of the underworld gods. Zombies simply are the newest take on an ever-evolving source material. We hope you guys found these mythical creatures interesting, and we hope that none of these guys actually exist, because they would have monumental effects on the modern day that we currently exist in. And as always, stay safe and have a good one.